Guys, I made nachos again. There's meat, there's chicken on the bottom, there's garbanzo beans and pinto beans, there is salsa, there's sour cream, there's a little bit of cheese, and I think that's everything. And then I made homemade chips with some flour tortillas that I cut into sections. So let's get to the business. Hello everybody, I'm the queen of bad decisions, and I'm here to eat some horrible food on my YouTube channel that is horrible. No, I haven't got bad comments for a while now. Let's try and get a bite of everything. Like the cheese, I'm a little bit afraid of it being freezing because it came out of the freezer. Now I put it on top of and underneath scalding hot beans. So we'll see. It's not bad. That's a weak chip. I felt like having nachos today, guys. It's something that nachos are kind of different for everybody. Shit! I have avocados out there, but I'm not sure if they're ripe or not, so I didn't cut them up. And I only have two, and they're really expensive at the store in my town, so. By the way, I bought a bottle of salsa for $2, and it's good salsa. Like, good salsa, yeah. But, to the people that make tomato products like salsa and tomato paste and tomato sauce and spaghetti sauce, you do not need that much broth. Tomatoes kind of make their own broth when they sit for a while, so, yeah. Cool it with the fucking drippy drippy. And there's a pen down in the couch and one of my mom's little electronic cigarette fillers. Let's see. Let's see if I can read this story that I posted to my Tumblr last night. One of my friends on Tumblr, I messaged him and I'm like, I don't, I want to write an idea that came from somebody else, basically. He gave me this idea And if it loads, I want to try and read that story to you guys today. I wrote it all last night between the hours of 3 and 4 a.m. or 3 and 5 or 2 and 4, I'm not sure. But yeah. And I don't have, like, I don't have 4G anymore on my phone. I only have 2G, which is like, what the fuck is that even? What is it? It still works for, like, checking basic things. Like, Facebook will load just fine, but Tumblr is one of those sites that it just sits there. Yeah, I don't know if it's gonna save or if it's gonna load. It's taking forever and it's kind of getting on my nerves, but at the same time, if it doesn't load, then I'll just read it in another video. The reason I used 2 different kind of beans and I didn't use as much cheese or meat this time is because let's be honest here, beans can be very filling. On top of that, they have a lot of fiber in them. I'm trying to test out different things with my diet and just see what, how I feel when I eat certain foods or don't eat certain foods, because the meat that I prefer to eat is chicken. I'm not going to lie about that. And I know chicken is not the most nutritionally dense meat that you can choose. But chicken, first of all, is it me or is this actually the case? Chicken seems to go better with more complex things. Like, I'm not one of those people that thinks of steak when they think of salad or fajitas or burritos or whatever. Like, if I eat steak, I want to eat the steak. I want to have the big slab of meat in front of me. Because steak by itself is more of a challenge, in my opinion. For some people, it's probably not, but for me, it's like, you sit there and you're like, I have to eat this whole something ounce steak. And I haven't had actual steak from, like, a restaurant in a while. It is absolutely refusing to load, so let's go on Facebook and see what kind of shenanigans Trump and his bullshit committee are up to. Okay, this is from a post I discovered yesterday. And it's not gonna load by the looks of things. Basically, it was that, oh, maybe it did load. Oh, it did. Okay. This woman, okay, the original post, which I didn't click on the link, it was ABC News. Breaking. Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals rules against Trump administration, keeps immigration order on hold. Appeals court keeps block on Trump immigration order in place. I'm trying to find the comment that I responded to. Okay. There's a man named Tim Wilson who commented on this saying, "The ban didn't happen thanks to the noise you made. Wall won't happen either. Keep fighting." I'm trying to find the exact comment I responded to. Joyce Maldonado replied to his comment saying, "I want to hear from all the crybabies when there's another attack in our country. You're destroying your own party." To which I responded with, Joyce Maldonado, "You do know there are a lot of statistics that prove most attacks are done by American homegrown terrorists, right? Also, most refugees who come here do so to get away from the violence in their home countries, and the steps they have to go through are many and very strict. Just look it up. They get reviewed frontwards and backwards by every official branch of federal law, security, and triple and quadruple check them. It isn't as easy as walking in." Nobody had anything bad to say to back at me. There's people going, "All of it will happen. They're outnumbered. That is judicial. A minor setback." Everybody gets mad about the fact that, oh, the U.S. can't afford this, the U.S. can't afford that. If we can't afford to help people that are in need, and we can't afford to help the homeless, and we can't afford to teach our kids, give our kids a good education, then how the fuck can we afford to throw money at a fucking wall that's going to cost, $30 billion? How the fuck can we afford to throw more money into our military that's pretty much, if you look at how the financing in our government is divided, look at it. Just compare how much funding goes to medical and education and shit like that compared to the military. And I'm not saying you don't need a strong military. You need a strong system of defense in your country. But there comes a time when you have to say to yourself, okay, people are going hungry, people are homeless, people can't take care of themselves, and they're homeless because they can't take care of themselves, and the reason they can't take care of themselves is because they have their medical insurance, and the reason they have their medical insurance is because nobody wants to hire a homeless person, and it's an endless fucking cycle. I don't know. I don't normally talk about politics, and I don't like making that my channel's main focal point, but I didn't trust Hillary, and I don't trust Trump. part of me thinks she would have been worse just because there were people that already hated her that were not, that were outside of our country, people that already hated her, and they would have just took it out on our country because we left her in office. Weren't there also reports of her having, like, bad health and health scares and stuff? Like, there was this guy that followed Hillary Clinton around. Well, let me back up there. It was like a year or so ago. That she had a blood clot removed from her brain, right? And then on, like, the campaign trail, there was a guy that followed her around, and he was this big dude, and he looked big enough to be a bodyguard. Like, he looked convincing, but he also used to carry this, like, vial or whatever with him all the time. And when she would, like, stop talking in the middle of her speeches, he'd run up to her all of a sudden and start being like, oh, just keep talking. And there's footage of this. You just have to look it up. I don't know. There's a lot of conspiracy theories surrounding Hillary Clinton. Guys, that's so much food. My one tip, one of the biggest tips for dieting, no matter what you're drinking, no matter what you're eating, try and eat more than you're drinking. Try and resist that urge to fill up on your beverage, because also eat slow, because if you eat slow, then your body has time to absorb what's in your body, has time to take in all the stuff. You don't get full all of a sudden at the end of your meal and be like, oh. And if you don't drink all your beverage, you don't get full with liquid. And have that problem. So, that's my 2 big tips. Because it takes a certain amount of time for your brain to recognize that your stomach is full. But, like, this is the first food I've eaten all day. So, for me, and I got hungry at, like, 5 in the morning. Because I was up all night. And I had eaten a lot of, like, I got a frozen pizza last night. I got my mom to get it. And I cooked that last night, and I ate quite a bit of it. And that's why when it was, like, 5 in the morning, I didn't eat anything. Because I was like, I'm hungry, but... And that was at, like, 10 o'clock when I ate that, by the way. It was 5 in the morning, and I didn't eat anything just because of the fact that where I was, I didn't have food with me. And I was like, you know what, I'm gonna wait till, later on in the day and eat, and then by then I'll probably be at my house, and I'll be able to make something that's actually half decent. And this has vegetables in it, it has beans, it has a little bit of meat, it has a little bit of, sour cream and a little bit of cheese on top. But overall, this is not something that's extremely unhealthy for you. Like, it's not so unhealthy that I've been not as hungry for things like cheese anymore, The only thing I crave every now and then, which sometimes is a lot, like, give me this, give me chocolate, That's chocolate. I eat way too much chocolate. And that's one of my vices, and I want to try and eliminate it. Now, there's something that my newspaper in my town did that I'm completely irritated by, okay? My town, well, not my town specifically, it's nearby me. It's in Bedford. It's like an hour away. Crash claims 4 victims, and each of these people was between the ages of, I believe, 22 and 17. And it's fine to inform people of a tragedy, but, and none of these, I don't think any of these people have the same last names or anything. 4 different people from 4 different families died in this car wreck. And this is what's on the front page. The people and their families have to walk into the grocery stores. No doubt, if they're anything like my grocery store or every other grocery store I've been to, that pile of newspapers or whatever is there at the beginning when you first walk in. And it's there when you walk out. These people are mourning. They just lost their niece, their nephew, their daughter, their son. And you are going to put that on the front page of the paper? Even if you want people to see it, even if you feel like people need to see the dangers of speeding, or even if alcohol, I don't know if alcohol was involved, I'm not saying it is. If alcohol was involved, if speeding was involved, whatever was involved, and you want people to see the results, you put that inside the paper. You don't display it on the front page. It irritates me because if that was my relative or someone I cared about or someone I knew, because I don't know those people personally, I don't think I would want to see that on the newspaper when I walked by. And if that happened, if I was involved in something like that, my parents wouldn't want to see it, my uncles wouldn't want to see it, my brother wouldn't want to see it. It's inconsiderate, in my opinion. If they have to put that picture in there, even for informational purposes, put it on the inside. Say details and pictures, detail and photos inside on this page. And that way, one, you're giving somebody kind of a warning. There's a picture that you may not want to see, and it's on this page. 2, it's not, boom, right there. You're not giving someone some kind of fucking trauma. It's bad enough that people died. But now people are going to have to see that every time they walk into the store. This video's gone in all kinds of directions. I filmed a conspiracy theory video, and I want to upload both of these videos tonight. I thought about doing an intro for my channel. What do you guys think about me doing an intro? Part of me knows I have no editing skills whatsoever. So, any intro I do is going to be sloppy at best. Part of me also knows my videos are already long enough, and I don't want to make them any longer. So you guys, that's your question for the comments today. Should I do an intro? And if I should, Is there anybody out there who can help me do it? Because I don't know what I'm doing at all, as I just said. And I don't even mean like a long intro, just like 2 seconds of like my name flashing on the screen. I'm gonna go now because this video is getting really long, and these nachos are getting kind of messy. So I'm gonna go. I hope you guys like this video. I hope you like my conspiracy theory video. And as always, make sure to check out the links in the description. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing. Thank you for supporting my channel. I appreciate everything so much. And I will see you guys in the future in my next video.